Welcome to another DIY, I hope. I bought this little package last week, made by xplore, but I bought it from the Cruiser store. It's called a auto up conversion kit for the 70 series. So as they come, the standard, the driver side window, you got to hold the button in for it to go all the way up. So this fixes that. You just scan the code, takes you to the instructions. I've had it for a week or so. I've just been a little bit nervous about doing it because I'm not that confident in my soldering skills. But, I've decided to give it a go. So we'll either film this as a successful modification or a failure. Hopefully success. Need to get the cover off the door first, so I'll get my trusty remover. No, you don't need the remover. Get your fingers under there. Apparently you lift it up. Just need two hands. Not only need two hands, but I needed a torch and my glasses. There's a little button in there in the middle of the plug. Just push that in. Out it comes. Take it over to the bench. Step 2, I'm going to take that cover off. Instructions say to pry the cover off over the clips, not to press the clips in because they might break. And it says to use a flat screwdriver, so okay, cover off. Now, step 3, it says to desolder the two pins, and they've given you this little copper mesh bit in here. They call it a wick. Apparently you put the wick onto the joins and heat the join and the wick up, and then pull the wick off, and it removes the solder. And according to the instructions, we need to remove that one there and that one there. And they are very small, so the reason why I put it off for a week. Okay, here we go. Got my wick. I'll just triple check which pins I need to work on again. Okay, here goes nothing. Pretty easy to tell I'm a bit nervous about doing this. Okay, so that's one down, so you can see it's gone, so there's now a hole in the board for the diode to go into. So I can find that, there it is. So if that's in focus or not, but there's a hole right through the circuit board there now where that solder was. So now I've got to get the other one off, which is that one there. And yes, I'm finding this very stressful. Okay, so now we have a hole through the circuit board there and a hole through the circuit board there. Next step. The next step is we've got to fit this diode into those holes. Don't know if it shows, but there's a silver line on the end here. The silver line indicates that that's the anode. That has to go on the left hand side, and the other side is the cathode, has to go on the right. So we've got to trim this down so it fits snugly and then solder it into place with the solder provided in the kit. So initially I trimmed the ends off to about 1 centimetre, but I'll trim it off a bit more. You need to have it up off the circuit board a bit to get the solder in there. Okay, silver line on the left, that way. Don't touch your soldering iron with your hand because it burns. Put those two legs into the hole. And then I've just got to solder that into place. Another fun job. Okay, so I've got that diode in there. Probably see it better out in the sun. Got the silver stripe on the left hand side. Very, very fiddly, very hard to do when you've got pretty poor eyesight. But that's on there, so we'll move on to the next stage. Actually, before I go on to the next stage, I'm just going to plug it in and make sure I haven't done anything, because everything still works. I guess I'm just a bit concerned that I may have shorted some of the connections. So the driver's side window works. Doesn't do what it's meant to yet, because I haven't finished. Passenger works. Passenger rear works. The rear driver's works. Unlock function works. Window lock works. Whew, so I haven't done any damage yet. So the next step is there's 3 screws holding that whole module in place. Got to remove those. We can get the module off. Wish the first half of the job was that easy. Okay, remove the screws. That whole bit comes out. Now, in there, at the bottom of the driver's switch, there's 2 lugs that stop it from going back. So when you pull that one, it goes that far. When you pull the passenger one, it goes further, because there's 2 lugs there. We have to get rid of those lugs. And the way to do that is there's a tiny, tiny circlip there that holds a pin in for that to lever. And I know if I take that off, I'll lose it. So I'm going to see if I can figure out some other way to do it. I knew if I had tried to remove that circlip, I would have lost it. And I couldn't get it off anyway. So I found that if I pushed it into the down position, I could get my long universal snippers in there. I've just cut them off. That's given me the extra room that I need, hopefully. So before I put it back together, I'm going to plug it in and test it again. Okay, I plugged in, window down. Now let's see what happens. Nothing. No change. So I must have a bad contact or something. I'll go and fiddle. Okay, so I've just resoldered that diode in. Let's see what happens. We go auto down. Okay, here we go. Up. Yes. Look at that. Down. Up. Well, success. Got to put it all back together. And that, well, it's taken me an hour, I guess. With the diode, the whole kit cost me 25 bucks. So if Toyota was to buy it, it'd probably cost them $2.50. So why the hell not do it to start with? I don't think I've had a car since my LJ Tirana. I didn't do auto up. No, it was winders. Don't know. I don't think I've ever had a car that was just stepped up and down. They've all been auto up, so why not spend the let's say 20 bucks and do it. So all back together. Cover clears the diode, which is good. See if I can plug this in with one hand. Which I can't. To fit it back into the door, it's a bit fiddly getting back because I've had the wires straightened out. Push it down and in, clicked it in, ignition on, driver's window down, driver's window up. Cool. That annoying little problem fixed. And I didn't break anything. As I said, I wasn't confident doing this job, but yeah. You never know till you give it a go, do you? I had to have 2 goes at the soldering, but got there in the end. It's a pretty fiddly little job. I guess it's pretty risky too, but paid off in the end. Helps if you don't have to wear these. Job done.